Because they're instruments. They're
That's
physical
right.
instruments, yeah.
And what that means is everything you think of as being the universe, you're making up. You made it up out of inputs that are slow in comparison to reality. So everybody lives in a reality of their own creation.
Well, that is such a good thing that you said that, because that's exactly it. To make an analogy, I'm trying to give bloggers high-definition vision so that they can literally pierce the veil of this matrix that's been pulled over their eyes.
Well, they must be pulling it over their own eyes, since we do, as Bill Hicks said, it's our choice. And I believe that the vast majority of people don't actually care enough to stop creating the rubbish reality that we live in. If you like...
Yeah, that's why I really appreciate your videos, because you pointed out the absurdity of it.
Yeah, and it seems obvious to me, since it is so plain that we are slaves and the world sucks, that most of the people must know this, like you're saying about the eyes of children. A 5-year-old can see what's wrong with the world.
And I can't stress that enough, is that we need to really open up our eyes and ears, because these seem to be our two most powerful senses that really can open up our third eye, if you will. And if we just really concentrate on sound and vision and how these two are being manipulated, these two primary channels, if we can safeguard these two senses, then automatically all the other senses will become unclogged of all the mess that is just poured down our throats, as you said, and our other senses, eyes and ears.
I'd just like to pick up on the thing about animals. We have taught dolphins how to understand, if you like, 2,000 human words and use them constructively to communicate with us. Now, you might think that that makes humans pretty smart. But on the other hand, currently, we don't understand anything the dolphins are saying to us at all. So I would say humans are pretty dumb, and that the dolphins are pretty smart, because they can not only talk to each other, but they can talk to us as well.
Well, again, even local news channels have covered how even monkeys can become addicted to cigarettes and start hiding them when the zookeeper tries to take them away. Also, as a way to build power in numbers, the monkey then gives his monkey girlfriend a pack of cigarettes so that, he can get a popular majority support to rise against the zookeeper, if that need be.
Do you know about the pleasure circuit experiments? You know that we have a pleasure circuit in our brain. Oh. When you feel good, that's the bit of your brain that tells you you're feeling good, yeah? And it's stimulated by chemicals, but you can also directly stimulate it with electricity, yeah? Mm. Now, if you insert a couple of needles into a monkey's pleasure circuit, yeah, and give it the button, this is what scientists have done. They've done worse things than this. I think this is quite an entertaining thing. But they've done worse. They give monkeys a button which electrically stimulates their pleasure circuit in a way which no drug or experience in the real world could ever hope to compete with. And the last thing the monkeys do is press that button. They never eat or drink ever again. They die pushing that button.
Wow.
Now that must be pretty fun. Where can I buy one of these? Why aren't they on the black market? I want one. At least for the weekend. You know what I mean? I'll rent it at first, just in case it's really risky. Animals, I'm sure there are a number of animals on Earth who are having similar experiences to us, except they don't have the pollution that we have to deal with of other animals pumping, like you're saying, the poison sound and vision. It's like being force-fed dirty water. Mediocre music and propaganda films.
Have you ever checked out the Labyrinth of the Psychonaut on the internet?
Hey, I think I've met the Psychonaut, or is it Psychonautilus?
Steve Wilner.
I know, I'm thinking of Adam Psychonautilus.
No, this guy's from Florida. He does these videos on YouTube trying to explain how music it's this oral assault in sheep's clothing, as he describes it in his latest video, that the New World Order is using against us. They're using the music industry combined with, of course, the movie industry to manipulate these two senses, as I said, sound and vision.
Yeah.
And so they're really kind of like musical magi. That's his thesis.
Again, I'm absolutely convinced that in a very, obvious to see way that is the case. Obviously, they make what some people would call propaganda films, but to me, nearly everything that comes out of Hollywood's a propaganda film. I don't think they make any other kind of film. And the music that comes out of mainstream record companies, it seems just designed to keep slaves.
Exactly. I mean, that's why also on the Crotch Shot Radio Show, we usually have unsigned artists. Also, their online radio stations catering to the actual truther patriot community, like Polygraph Radio, that plays independent artists like that. It's basically, you have to, if you want freedom, you have to do it on your own.
I think that's fair enough. I think everybody is responsible for their own reality and life, and I'm not a great complainer, really. I'm not complaining about much. I'm just pointing out that actually we are slaves. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything about it. Hey, we're slaves. I don't see how, I don't see a really good way out of that. If you have a violent revolution, you end up with violent thugs in control, and we've already got
your videos are very refreshing, to say the least.
Yeah. Hey, let them finish.
Yeah, I'm not a great one for revolution, because I think the chances are that the people who want to rule the world are always going to be the people who want to rule the world. Perhaps we should just, I don't know. It would be nice if we could kill them easier. Please, don't, I'm not suggesting anybody commit any act of violence. I'm just saying that historically, angry mobs killed their leaders quite quickly as soon as they pissed them off too much. And that seems like quite a good thing. The angry mob. So I'm not suggesting anybody do that. I'm just pointing out historically, we killed a lot of bad bastards. We can't do that anymore. They're too heavily armed.
Yeah, well, I mean,